guys are getting some chocolate passed around a little early, but my presentation is on the history of Hershey's. This right here is just one of the big, well-known buildings that you can go buy Hershey's chocolate, and it's in New York in Times Square.
Yeah.
So this is the original Hershey's factory. This is what it looked like. And a man named Milton Hershey's in 1900 founded the Hershey's Chocolate Company. Okay. Milton Hershey's was already a leading candy maker. He had gone to a fair in Chicago where, as a candy maker, you would go and you'd see all the new inventions to make new candy. Well, he smelled something really good in the back corner, and he looked over and he saw German chocolate makers. And they were mixing bitter cocoa beans and making them sweet in this chocolate making machine. So he saw that and he was like, I have to get it. It was like his new thing. He knew for a fact that like chocolate was going to be his thing. So he ended up getting the chocolate makers and started making some chocolate. And I'll explain a little bit more later about some of that. But his quote was, "Caramels are just a fad, but chocolates is a permanent thing." And he said that because before he had even gone into the chocolate making business, he was a caramel factory maker. That's what he was known for, was his caramels. Back then, small like peppermint candies and lemon drops was the popular thing. So he was trying to switch things up here in the US. And it had gotten so big that in 1926, Belgian chocolatier Joseph Dreyps started the Godiva company, you guys know Godiva chocolate, to compete with Hershey's and Nestle's American market. So the company had an estimated combined value of $100 million in September of 1947. So you can see like how big that, like in such a short time, how big that company grew. Like US loved chocolate. And so Hershey's was dedicated to making more than just plain chocolate. He wanted to spice up the chocolate making industry. As you can see, these are a couple of the chocolate, like everything that they make now. Just some big names that you guys have all seen. Pretty good candy, right? Milton Hershey wanted to bring into play in the States a new chocolate as well as a new take on chocolate candy. So we're going to bump it back a little bit from, instead of like up at 1947, we're going to come back down to the 1900s again, beginning. So it took Hershey's months and 16-hour-long days to figure out how to make milk chocolate. And it took them so long because the Swiss chocolatiers had already known how to make milk chocolate. They had a secret recipe and they were not wanting to share it with anyone else. So that made Milton really frustrated. So he wanted to crack the code and figure out how to make milk chocolate. The reason why it took him so long and months on end was because milk is 90% water and cocoa is like oil, so those things do not mix at all. So it took him a very long time. But 1900 Hershey succeeded. And that's when the company had started, is once he figured that out. Okay, so he wanted to create a new candy, and this is just one of all the candies that he's wanted to have created. He formulated Reese's Pieces after hard work in 1970. When they created the Reese's Pieces, it shot off and it was great. It lasted for a really, really long time. But the problem is it fell quick. People liked it at the beginning and it just didn't get the kick that they wanted. So you guys all heard the movie E.T., pretty popular. M&M's was supposed to be was in the script originally, and the Mars company who owned the M&M brand shot them down and said, we do not want to be in your movie. So Reese's Pieces was put into the movie. And they were nervous about it at the beginning because if that movie failed, the candy would fail. And the candy was already failing, but they could have had an opportunity to bring it back up. But obviously the movie was great and Reese's Pieces became a great thing. So there's that right there. That's what they kind of look like. So Hershey's chocolate has an increasing growth throughout the entirety of its history. Hershey's has increased in productivity and strong portfolio. So Hershey's is like one of the largest North American manufacturers. Like, it's got quality chocolate. You guys have seen Hershey's is everywhere. Hershey's is in everything They've got so many different things, like Hershey's has their own Hershey's farm. Like they have a thing where Milton Hershey had a town set up for all the people to go and live in for his like workers. So for a long time, he had everyone who's working in his factory living with him, like on the, that sounds weird, but he did. He had a community, and it was big. It was awesome. So one of his biggest strengths is the ability to enhance product development. I mean, you guys have heard of, you all heard of Hershey's. He's done a pretty good job. Some of its brand portfolios has iconic brands, mainly Kisses, Hershey's, and Reese's. I mean, you guys ever had the little peanut butter cookies with like a Hershey Kiss in the middle? They're pretty good. They've partnered with numerous companies to help expand theirs. So they've mixed in with India, Mexico, China, Netherlands. These are all just some areas that they've decided to company with. And I mean, Hershey's is all around the world now. It's insane. And actually, I think that's the end.